All right, chat, you have to let me know about the volume. I actually see higher levels coming out right now, which is a bit disturbing, which means that there was something to do with... That's so frustrating. Do you know how frustrating that is, though? That means there's a software issue somewhere. Somewhere, because I didn't change a goddamn setting in between rebooting there. But thank you, guys. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. A good thing we did that. Can I bring it back down to the base audio setting too? Like normally I'm about... Let me find it. Fucking Roguetech. This is my normal setting. This is still loud enough. Roguetech is literally right now locking me out of my fucking voice software. Stop being a piece of shit, Roguetech, and load so I can actually use other programs on my computer, please. Okay? Thanks. Good talk. Morning, Scott. Hey, Demio. Hey, Angumar. Yeah, I'm glad we fixed it because it would be driving me nuts. And it's like, it's the most natural thing in the world. Hey, streamer, you're trying to communicate with us. We can't hear you. That's a huge problem. Agreed. 100% agreed. Also super frustrating being that streamer. You're like, I haven't changed any audio settings. Why can I suddenly not communicate? You know, it's like the worst. All right. Okay, so the plan is this. You guys ready for this? We need to fit out the stalker and the... So I don't care which way we do it. We've got two options. The first is we just run this forward, which is fine. We're going to have to... I think we want to decide on it first. We're really close to having it decided on. So I think what we end up doing here is just right now, we're going to... Okay, so I don't want to refit the Spine Huntress. The Spine Huntress is great. The issue with the Spine Huntress is this is now my second smallest mech, so it's not very future-proofed. I don't want to run two grasshoppers with laser weapons because I fucking hate laser weapons, and the grasshoppers actually make a fairly good melee chassis. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet and just move this forward. So I think, and the other thing is this Wolverine has the Clan XL tied up in it, and I really wouldn't mind getting that Clan XL out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to store the Spine Huntress. We're going to... cancel the heat hunchback, which is here. The heat hunchback is getting stored to get that stuff back. So what I ended up doing, like when I looked at these, so there's 7 pieces that get moved around, right? The Weatherman stays, that's fine. The Summoner is basically staying melee because it's the only mech that can use the Omni melee weapon and the Omni melee shield. So that's staying. That's 2 moving pieces solved. I want to get I want to get a heat boat. That's 3. I want to use these. I have these bombards on the Grasshopper. I don't think I'm going to get a much better fit than that. That's 4. I want to get a second LRM boat. That's 5. I want to get a melee boat. That's 6. And then the 7th is... I already did heat, I already did melee, I already did bombast. Oh, and the 7th is currently the first mech we're going to probably fix, which is probably the Gauss. We're going to keep the Gauss for now because basically what happens is if that 7th mech, I can rebuild the Wolverine basically into the same fucking thing this Hunchback is, which is using the autocannons instead of the Gauss because it can't fit the Gauss, but it doesn't do any more damage. It's still kind of mid-rangey with not a lot of tank, etc. So I think what I want to do then from that is take advantage of that and future-proof, right? And we can future-proof in 2 ways. The first is we keep the smallest mechs in the back with stealth. Old Iron Ball, we're going to rename him, by the way. But he's going to be, this is our Gauss. He'll be the first to be replaced when we get a new mech. The missile boat stays in the back still, which is great. The catapult's going to be forced either into another LRM or the plasma boat, and the stalker is going to take whichever role the catapult doesn't. The grasshopper 1 will be a melee. The grasshopper 2 will be bombards. And the summoner becomes a summoner melee, right? So that's the pieces how they fit together for me, and it took me far too much time to figure that out. So I think it's going to be more than 4 million. We're going to spend something like 6 or 7 million right now. I'm trying to move. I want to move the pirate AMSs to the melee. So all right. So here's the issues. This mech needs to finish, and it's fine basically as is. This mech's getting refit. I don't need these to repair. This one needs to be repaired because we're using that pretty much as is. These do not. These need to be stripped. And we have to figure out the stalker build and the catapult build, because these are quite extensive refits. And actually the grasshopper is a pretty big refit too. The grasshopper needs to finish as well, because I think this was a repair. Actually, I think both of these are repairs, right? So if I cancel them right now, it doesn't work very well. So we should run that for 1 day. And of course, annoyingly, all of the refits are contingent on each other. So it's really fussy, the order. Okay, that's day 5. Okay. Both the stalker and the grasshopper are going to be extraordinarily expensive, because both of these fits are big major fits that include installing major components on them. So it's going to suck. We're going to end up selling almost all of our mech parts to afford this, which is fine. I like the kind of challenge of that. All right, so we need to decide. This is the last major decision we have before just making the fits work, is we need to decide if the stalker or the catapult is going to be LRMs. Here's why I want it to be the catapult, because the catapult, where's my catapult? It's not done yet. We don't need that to finish though, right? Right, it's not damaged, it's just armor stripped. It's fine. So the catapult already has an XL engine installed, and it's not a clan XL, which means that it's always vulnerable to being torso shot. The other thing is I have 4 stealth pieces, 1 healing armor, and a bulwark shield on the mech. So basically I have 7 mechs. Of the 7, I can cover 4 in stealth. That leaves me 3 that are fucked. 1 has healing armor. That leaves me 2 that are fucked. And then I was about to close that finger, but I probably shouldn't do it. Let's close this finger. And then I'll have 1 that has the shield. So that's 6 of my 7 mechs covered. 1 of my mechs is uncovered, and that mech wants to be fairly tanky. So the catapult versus stalker comparison is pretty close on HP. The stalker's a little bit bigger, but the stalker doesn't have an engine installed at all, which means I can clan XL it. And by putting a clan XL in that mech, I make it so it doesn't die the first time its torso gets hit, where this mech will die when its torsos blow up. Stalker has a little bit more armor too. It's like center torso is like 230 as opposed to 210, and its side torsos are 160 as opposed to 150. So what I think I'm going to do here is I would like to build a catapult fit that is LRMs is what I want to do, but I'm not sure we can fit them in. The catapult's not particularly great at fitting these in. It's been okay, but not amazing. So that's what we're going to tweak first. If we can fit a catapult with LRMs, then we're in business for the stalker as the plasma. And it does future-proof a lot. And we have some good missiles. I mean, the catapult has 4 missile locations on arms, unfortunately, which don't do anything. But we have 3 LRM-20 Deltas, which I like. And we have 2 LRM-20 Longfire Pluses, which I like. And we have 5 LRM-15 Longfires. That's what I want to build. 0. Yep. Exactly what you said. The stalker becomes the plasma SRM and predator boat for like mid-range heat distribution, which sounds great. This becomes our other LRM boat, and we get 2 LRM spammers, which is really, really, really nice. Let's just start with something as simple as like 4 Longfires and see where it goes for weight. This is already endo-composite, means we have more weight to be taken out of this. I don't remember exactly how many of these are accounted for. This is in the back. This is gonna run stealth if it's in the back. That's the other reason we want to keep the house-size Gauss around right now, is because the way that stealth systems work right now for us is that one is thankfully using the hardest to use. We have one called Chameleon Armor, and Chameleon Armor doesn't take a lot of slots, but it's really heat intensive, and pretty much nothing can use that because all my mechs are run pretty heat high, except for the autocannon or Gauss boats. So it's currently set up to already be using that. So what we would do here is we'd strip, who's running stealth? It doesn't need to be. It's not, it should be available now. Go. Wish we had more Hydra ammo. Yeah, you and me too. You and me both, man. Where is my stealth? Because we need to, this is going to be Pharaoh stealth then, right? That's actually really good for us. Since this is the remaining one. Because the other ones are accounted for. The house size Gauss has the Chameleon. The Weatherman has the NSS. And the, oh no, this is going to be the LRM one. This is going to be, oh no, but the Grasshopper has the shit stealth. So this will be FF stealth, which is actually really nice. Because we could use the weight back. Because this guy does not run weight light. Alright, so get this shit off. I think we can just confirm that. So when we refit every single time, we don't have to do that. And that looks good. And then refit this. MRMs could use Chameleon stealth, sure, but we don't have anyone who can use MRMs right now. Or rather, I think MRMs are fine, but I only have 2 Artemis 4s, which means, and I only have 200 2 packs of the Artemis MRM ammo, which is really good. And I have a lot of improved quality LRMs, and I'm planning on upgrading one of our middle line mechs anyways. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is probably not applying the MRMs for now and coming back to them a little bit later when we have a mech that can utilize them a bit more efficiently. So, all right, so this one becomes the FF Stealth. With FF Stealth, there's quite a lot of slots accounted for. This probably needs to be Clan Endo. We have a XL already. The gyro defense probably becomes a UL here. All right, so that gets us weight and space back. Now we got to build weapon systems and heat into this. It's currently running decent ECM. I don't really want a heat bank on this if I can avoid it. I want this to be running a little bit more neutral than heat banks imply rather, excuse me. And then we want long fire times 2, long fire times 2. This is way too much heat, of course. This is 63 tons. Our armor is not currently maxed. We need to do that because this has battle wounds from last mission it was on. I don't probably need it to be max since it is going to be sitting in the back in stealth. How much heat to 4? Oh, and there's no ammo on this. So already we're running into weight issues. There's no easy way to get weight back on this besides shrinking the core or there's no easy way. All right, so LRMs with shooting 60. I want 4 rounds of Artemis. I probably would like a case too, but let's just say we throw in 4 rounds of Artemis. Can we make this fit? 4 slots left is pretty bad. Sensor Sentinel here with these is all right. This takes over the active probe. Would be nice to have a bit more range. This way more too? Yeah. I don't know where that goes. We do actually want this applied to somebody. So this was the issue I was wondering about. Like, it didn't seem to fit all that nicely, this mech. Okay, that gets us the appropriate headgear. We need to replace that torso, presumably with a missile cockpit. Where did my missile cockpit go? Oh, it's not a cockpit. That's a whatever it is. That's fine. So rangefinder cockpit, sure. Okay. All right, we're still 2 tons over here. 1 jump jet. Can drop the core. The problem is probably not even that. The problem is almost certainly heat right now. Maybe we could just drop exchanger for a clan exchanger. And then what do these run for heat? The problem is these are 20, 40, 60, 80. FF stealth is pretty good on the heat, but not perfect. So we are running another 3 and 5%. Call the 5% canceled by pilot skill roughly. And then we're looking at then minus 20% of these, which isn't really, call it minus 15%. I think I even have a clan Exchanger somewhere. May not have been pulled off yet. No, it's pulled off. All right. Heat looks fine. Heat doesn't look fine. It only vents 60 and it's generating 80. That's the opposite of fine. So 10% of 80 is 8, so minus 12. So we're generating from 80, we're generating 68. 68's getting a little bit better. Engine core might be okay at a 250. I don't really like it to go much slower. This is already a pretty slow mech, but it's maybe okay with the LRMs. This looks close to good. We can maybe even, I don't know about a ton of armor, but we do have room for one more heatsink. If we could get a heatsink double in here, I'd be really happy. And we do have that patchwork that I haven't really planned on. This looks pretty close to good, right? Tweak the, is there any major things I'm missing? We have ammo. We have the correct number of LRMs. They are long fires, which is nice. We have the Artemis to enable them. We're not forgetting any of the major components. It would have to be it would have to be a different heatsink if we did this. We are forgetting a case. Although the mech is a lot tankier than the Weatherman, we maybe can do away with the case. There's case built into, there's not case built into FF Stealth. Huh. I don't know if I have the weight for a case right now. There's no case in the endo. All right, I think all of the LRM improvements get worse, right? So this is 7 tons for 15 missiles. These go up to 10 tons for 20. The ratio is slightly worse. Heat's slightly better on the LRM 20 deltas, but not massively. Yeah. Do I lose much with a 225 core? We could look. This is a 250, 225 brings us down to 4.8 from 5, 5.8 for 4. 4.8 is a slow mech, but LRM mechs can be a little bit slower. That's a 225. What's a 220 do for us? We got to be careful of the number of slots too, because by moving to, this is a -1 on a 225. -1 we can still support. So 220 there. 220 is 4.7. So 220, okay. 250 is 5.9. Is that right? Let's just go through these real quick. 250 is 5.8. Okay. 225 becomes a 4.8. I don't want my stealth boats moving very much, honestly. So I'm not too upset by running that. Guardian versus... This one kind of wants the extra multiplier of a Angel, doesn't it? We can definitely strip some back armor. Don't worry about like the last little tiny bit of finessing. I just wanted to take a look at the major fits for this. So the 220 brings it to 4.7 still. Oh, that's still a downcrease. Each of these downgrades, right? 250 is 5.8, 225 is 4.8, 220 is 4.7. 215 now requires 2. 220 requires 2 as well. Still 4.7. Okay. And we don't really have room for another heatsink, right? So we actually can't run these. We don't have room for 2 of these, even running all the most efficient stuff. So it needs to be 225 plus. Probably the sweet spot is 250, but we might be able to survive a 225. Okay, this is doable though, right? This is close to reasonable. It's not the most exciting build ever, but it's, you know, it's a solid, it takes advantage of the fact we already have the XL fit, so we don't have to pay too much for that. It's going to give us another LRM missile boat. The LRM missile boats have been overperforming. It seems decent to me. And it fits one of our puzzle pieces. So let's grab that. Where did paint.net go? And that leaves us only one puzzle piece left, and it's not a puzzle when you only have one puzzle piece left, right? It's literally just the last. It's the part that goes in. We just got to build the mech. Okay. All right. Heat efficiency doesn't look good. Well, you're not paying attention to the fact these haven't been moved. It's actually basically fine. With the clan heat exchanger in there, it runs. It's generating a small amount of heat per round. So we're probably okay on that. All right, so that gives us the clan heat exchanger, which isn't accounted for yet, so it's actually kind of nice. That's the catapult. So that's fine. We can run with that. All right, so then the stalker needs to be designed. And then we gotta fund this. And the only way I can see funding this is selling all the mech parts. It's the only way I can fucking figure that out. All right, the stalker is planning to be our frontline 0 stealth boat. I'll show it to you after Snipe. We're about to build it. We're just finishing balancing the puzzle pieces before we sign off on all the construction. Okay, so this one is not going to be running stealth, which means it absolutely needs a dreadnought gyro. We are going to be running, this one is the one that's hopefully going to be running the plasmas. Weapon has a recoil of 2. Did you guys know that? Fucking plasma cannons have a recoil of 2. Who knew? Dreadnought's better than ++. You know what other one we haven't been using though? Let me go figure out what wife wants. We have a gyro defense that's going to be available after this too. Is gyro defense better than gyro dreadnought? Dreadnought gives us hide in bushes, and what's the other one? Just gives us hide in bushes and -5% damage taken. But the gyro defense doesn't take weight. Defense gives one, just straight up 1 defense and straight up movement. All right, we can take a look at that though. We should have that as an available thing to look at. It's currently on no-fly zone, but no-fly zone is not going to be using that anymore, clearly. So that wasn't stuck on here when we were fitting it, right? No, we had a UL in there already, so that's fine. Pull that off for now. And it's max evasion. Just confirm, dude. If it's max evasion, that's not as helpful. It is just, no, it is +1 evasion gain from movement. That's decent, actually. And it might let us future-proof the mech a little bit, right? Because if we don't need that weight, it could be very good. And I think we are having weight issues. So the other thing we're starting to run into is that I don't think all of our, A, I think I'm overusing Clan Endo, which might be a problem. And B, I think we're not utilizing some of our E-War, which might have to go in here, but might not be able to. This is not running stealth, so the fact is our hottest mech actually makes a lot of sense. We're gonna run a proper heat. Where's my other exchangers? We need a proper exchanger here. You have it. I think we were pulling that off, right? So these are now allowed again. I mean, heat's not a weapon that we want to fire necessarily every single turn. So there's some argument for running a bank in the stalker if we have it. So this becomes gyro defense. Maybe it becomes that, becomes that. How many fucking slots it takes up? Blech. And then we are gonna grab the heat weapons. I gotta remember that these take up 2. These are essentially PPCs. So we go plasma, plasma, plasma. Keep off that arm. I wanted to build this arm into something. We have one of the arms that reduces recoil, right? It is under equipment. Can't use them both here. I'd love to use the weapon mount, but the weapon mount requires a lower arm. The upper recoil doesn't. So that's pretty good for us here. We're not trying to melee with this mech ever, so the melee reductions on here are fine. It does have a bit of weight attached to it, but I think for 1 accuracy on these is nice, especially since we're also getting an SRM on this. And then the other SRMs build here and here. All right. And then we got to get ammo, and doesn't matter what plasma ammo is, really. Doesn't explode. We need 3 of these, and we needed 2 SRM Infernos. Matters a bit more where that is, but not massively. And then 1 SRM, just regular, I guess. Since we're trying to do damage. I kind of wanted the option to do a little bit of damage. Stalker not have a lower arm, not installed? No, it can't. Stalker is very slow. Yeah, it is very slow right now. Although range is less of an issue for us, but it is still too slow. I don't disagree. It needs to be faster if we're going to utilize evasion, by the way. But let's look at this. How does this look for weight? Are we fucked on weight right now? Don't have an engine in here yet. So getting the Clan XL makes a lot of sense. Fits nicely too. We need this has a case already from the Clan Pharaoh. Clan XL means we don't blow up. It's going to need D. I guess these are going in the other torso. Those are. We're running Exchanger++, maybe Heat Bank++, or Heat Bank, maybe. This fits the weapons we want. The issue right now is heat. Needs a jump jet, thank you. I do forget the jump jet stuff all the time on new mechs. What playthrough am I on? This is my 2nd playthrough of Roguetech. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna spend about 6 million in refit cost. And we only have 1.5 million, so we're gonna go broke as a fucking joke at the end of this. Core size, maybe a 300. This gets us up to 5.8, beats 4.7. I don't think we can get a 385 on here. Sure can't. Too bad, 610's nice. I wish I had a slightly bigger medium-sized engine here. And then the rest are heat sinks, right? And, oh, but we want E-War. This doesn't have E-War yet, and it absolutely needs E-War. So we should fuck with that. We should get the headgear sorted here, because the headgear in this one is actually slightly fussy, since it needs to run a tracker and a predator. And cockpit is less important. Can run imaging. It's going to run hot, though. I don't know that I want to run imaging here. It's probably just something like a rangefinder. Makes almost no difference, right? Don't want small cockpit on this. I don't like small cockpit. It's pretty bad overall. How bad is the heat right now? That's the question. How much heat fussing do we have to do? 30, 60, 90, 90, and this is 28, 38, 42. Is 133 heat generating, 133 heat generating minus 20%, 25%, right? 133 times 0.75 then. So generating 99. Where'd you get 132 from? 14 times 3 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 is 132. That times 0.75 is our heat modifier after piloting is 99. So we need to dump 99 heat per round if we can. All right, dumping 60 base and another 12 from these. No, 14 from these. We may not need this fucking heat bank. Is the heat bank just better used as a heat sink? It might be. Needs to dump 99, dumping 60, 69, 74. So if we go, that's 75. That's, I say 75 is 81. That's 81 to 87. And that's 93. No E-War on this yet. Has to be E-War on this. Can run a bank instead of all the doubles. And one bank weighs the same and takes the same as a double and gives us a little bit more wiggle room. I don't have engine HSs for this. When we have the space, we should use it. Although I won't have the space after the next fit. I don't have an HS1 though. I didn't really want to buy one either. This is still running gyro defense. We do have weight if we want it back. We can do that in the future though. So after this, the final things we want has the ammo. It's missing E-War, and it needs E-War because it has no other defenses. So it has no choice but to run both pieces of the, needs Guardian and something else. Already a ton over there. We don't know where we're putting the emergency cooling system yet. I have some plans for it. It would be valuable here, yes, but this is also a mech that's going to take a lot of beating. And then we need a beagle of some sort. Like light active is okay. I was really hoping this would have the weight to play with some of the suites, because we're gonna start losing all the suites. I think I pulled off all the fucking good suites, which is pissing me off. Like this one's only okay. This is a slave, but we are running one of these now, and I don't think I have the other one accounted for at all. The good one, the command module. This is really close though. This could be made to work. Maybe we just run it with a bank, for example, instead of 2 of the heat sinks, and then throw in E-War. Gives us that ton back, and then gives us a little bit of liability, a little bit of wiggle room. All of our mechs are sick. I love it. This is why I like building new mechs. Okay, this looks pretty good. So if it looks like, instead of that, it looks like this and this with the heat bank. One of them. We have another heat bank, and then the E-War. which comes in as a light active. And then it trims some back armor. It's not designed to be in the exact front shooting things. Don't want to lose leg armor though. Like that. We even get our extra SRM in there. It's not short range. It runs the Predator and the sensor tracker, so it's actually a really good range. It shoots out to plasma and SRM optimal. So there are some issues. The issues are plasma cannon has recoil of 2. We reduce that by 1 over here. These get accuracy, the rest don't. I don't like the SRMs in here without case, but we can figure it out. I think that's pretty close though. And I think that's our final puzzle piece, and now it's just literally fitting them. Let's grab this. This is gonna be the heat melee. Gets to run the gyro defense, which I like, since it doesn't have enough defensive things otherwise. So it gets one defense off the Guardian ECM, 1 defense off the gyro defense, and then it gets an additional evasion pip for moving. Wish it was a little bit faster. 300 is not particularly exciting. And yes, we can get slots back by running an HS2, which would actually be pretty good. Or an HS1 if we can find one. It's not really melee. It's heat. Okay. Erupting burning finger? No, I don't think it is long enough for that. But okay, so that is pretty good for us, I believe. Because I think that means we can fix everything then. All right, I don't know if we can afford everything. Do you guys want to see how much we can make if we sell? Let's just see how much we can make if we sell. So this is 2.6. And there's so much. Let me just see what I think we're... It's gonna be 300K plus 2.6. I guess I should write these down. 300, 2.6 million. Is it 2.6 or 2.7? It's 2.7. 2.7. Next one is 210. That one doesn't get built. Summoner's dirt cheap. The Grasshopper's 3.5 million. Oh man, that's gonna be pleasant. Okay. Didn't we screenshot the Stalker? Oh, I already have that in there. Okay. Catapult. And then 2 aren't being rebuilt. All right. So how much money can we get if we sell it fucking everything? I'm looking at about, that looks like 3.5. It's 5, it's 6. We're looking at about 6.5 million for refits. All right, if we start just dumping mechs. Like, I was building this rapier for more pirate AMSs, but we've got 2. I think I'm okay with that. So we can go 165K. I don't want another Wolverine. This is the Wolverine I just junked, right? So I can scrap that. Rip Wolverine. It's a good mech for us. We're gonna put one of the Hunchback back. Okay. Then we've got these 4 ghost parts which I kind of wanted. The Centurion. This is the CN10 Centurion. Is the CN10 not compatible with the CN11? And we've got heavy parts to get rid of. Chat. Oh, this does tell us. Nice. So I can see. I don't want to build any more fucking laser boats. So the Charger looks like a laser boat. It's a Hero Charger. This thing has 1 million parts. Yeah, okay, this thing is like, oh, this has 4 missile parts. Fuck. Chat, I need some help on which body parts of these to sell. That'd be really nice, because we're gonna need to sell a lot of them. I think I'm just gonna go down on Centurions. OCs are Omnis, and this is not an Omni, so we're gonna get rid of these. I would like to get rid of bad heroes, lighter heavies, and then anything that uses lasers. And I would like to have a mech that we can fit some decent size ballistic weapons on. Urban Lord can go, even the hero Urban Lord. And if we can get specialized melee weapons by rebuilding mechs, I would like that too. Meme Lord mechs. Can I sell while I'm in space? I'm not sure if I can or not. Let's check while you guys are figuring that out for these. Looks like it's gonna let me sell in space. Okay. What do we want to get rid of? Regular AC-20s. Oh, I actually can't sell here. Okay. All right. Which of these are the melees? Not the archers. The axeman's a melee, sure. What else? The champion's in melee? Crusader in melee? Let me know about the axeman and the avatar if you would. I'm going to sell the archers. Only up to 4.3 million. Most of this has to go. It's all in the avatars.
You have returned.
Thank you, ICR, CHR.
Filthy high.
66 months. Cheers, man. Okay, getting rid of avatars. We had 3 avatar parts, though. Do we really want to get rid of 3 avatar parts? It feels bad. Did I just sell an avatar or did I sell something else? I think I might have sold a champion. Avatar's only a 70 ton though. Fuck him. 4.5. Still short. Guess we're selling the Jaeger mech. Guess we're selling the Marauder. Okay, 5.8. Assaults, yeah. All hero assaults minus the Warhammer. The Warhammer's a little baby one. I heard the Corsair is not that great. I'm kind of considering selling the Corsair and the Warhammer here. Okay. All right, 6.6. I think that about breaks the bank. Okay. So, trimmed our parts down. All right, the mech bay now. This is fine to be repaired as is. Same with the Bomb Bastard. Excuse me needs to be reworked a little bit so we can cancel that. Okay. And we are building each of them first. All right, I'll show you the melee fit. Since Snipe was asking about that, I can build that first. I think, let me just make sure I got pieces back first. I think the only one I have to do that off of is excuse me. I'm gonna try the cheeky build again on the one. This is not getting fit right now, and that's a problem. We gotta figure out where that could go. Maybe it can go here still. So we're looking at the grasshopper here. All right. God damn it. Let's move this out. You never could sell the parts. It's definitely hard, but we're future-proofing our mechs right now during transit time, which is the best time to do it. And I hate selling mech parts too, but we have the mechs that we got for replacements. We have to make them work for us. We got the grasshoppers. That's what I like about this mod. It forces hard decisions all the time. All right, you guys ready for the most ridiculous cost ever? We're gonna put in this this hardened ferrofibrous. We can't do it until we put in this. So this has got to go. Clan XL, which is future-proofing a frontliner, which is really good, although expensive. Clan XL. Do we have enough of these? I hope we have enough of these, because I kind of built it around that. Hardened Pharaoh. God damn it. I still need to get a mech engine in here, apparently. This is running the 300 core. So yeah, double tap the 300 core. That's not really okay. We're going to have to figure that out. Okay. What mech parts you go left? You need anything checking? I pretty much sold everything thirsty. Thank you, though. Where's the supercharger? Supercharger's here. And then we need to add the hardened Pharaoh. Stop! Telling me I can't add that, game. Why can't I add that? Oh, because we haven't shrunk the gyro yet. Okay, gyro UL. Sure, sure. Can I finally add the piece of equipment that I want to add? Good talk. Okay. All right. Absolutely fantastic. Let me max the armor. Okay. And then we start slapping in components. So this is, okay, I'm dreaming the dream again, chat. You got to tell me if I'm memeing the dream too, because we don't have to build the meme dream, but I want to build the meme dream because I dreamed that dream. We need to add, this needs to be in order. Structure endo, yep. And it has to be clan. I'm worried I'm overusing my clan endos, and I probably am. And then it's laser AMSs here. Okay. This one was going to be using the heat bank plus plus. I've got a heat bank and a heat bank plus plus. What I want to do with this one, I want to do this. This is the meme dream again. So where the fuck is my heat bank plus plus? There. And my TSM. Tell me if I'm just smoking too much right now on this one when I talk about what this is supposed to do. So this is going to be the melee. We're going to get the spiked axe and the claws and all the arm components on here. But the dream, it has plenty of space. Don't worry about it. The dream is to do this. The dream is to run the AMS. The AMS heats us up. Heat doesn't apply. AMS heat doesn't apply on our turn, though, by the way. It applies the next turn. So heats us up. And then we activate the TSM off that. We have the supercharger for turns where we're not doing that. It's a fairly fast mech. Can we do that? Is that enough? Because I can just fit a mask instead of the TSM. Weight-wise. Well, maybe not weight-wise. I mean, it has weight. I'll show you the weight in a second. Not sure it will be better than the mask. It adds damage. The mask does not add damage. It will be more damage in bursts. All right, so the other things this one wants to run is it wants to run a enhanced imager, an AR support beacon of the 2.4 variant. Okay. I won't cross the entire map in one turn. Yeah, I don't know about that yet. And then it needs to add. So how did it happen? I have to add the non-modifiers first, so I add the pluses first. So it was spiked axe first, with claws last, is that right? Okay, so it's eventually going to have... We're going to add that axe first. And it's going to have spiked boots. It's going to have the arm, which is the lower melee. And it's going to have the claws. That's 65 tons out of spots. This is used for reducing slots. We're down to 1 slot. It doesn't have E-War yet, and it needs that. I lied. This builds all the E-War in. And it's got 1 billion tons left. I don't suppose... there's no way I could make this the... It would be really sweet to utilize this 85. 10 tons over. Needs cooling, too. So this is kind of where I got to on this. I don't have access to those. So we run out of space or weight. So if I don't take the TSM dream, right, which may be a meme, I'm not sure. We get space back because this TSM takes up a lot. We can run just a regular mask in there, and the regular mask fits fine. That gets us pretty close to efficient with weight. Although I kind of would then like to play around with the beacon stuff. Is the emergency coolant system synergized with the TSM for godly stuff? Yeah, it kind of does. This was the other mech that I kind of wanted to put that on. I want this to be a clan D, not a clan C, not a clan D. But I was looking at something like that. Emergency coolant seems very good with the laser AMSs for sustainability. Melee FCS. I don't have a melee FCS, or I would put it in for sure. I think at the moment we just run so that would kind of be nice. But I need the gunnery boost in here. The FCS I was going to run was like FCS machine gun or FCS flak or something. Where are my fucking FCSs? I don't know where my FCS flak is right now. So I guess like I was kind of looking at this. So it's either this build or we try the... And the other issue with this still isn't perfect, right? Because we're running, this weighs a bit of weight. We're not getting to utilize the, I mean, this runs a sheath. It's nice to get the sheath going. We have to get some more gunnery to let Xanadu actually pilot this, but we can run gunnery enhancements, which I'm fine doing, to get 4 gunnery in this. So it's either this or it's the TSM. The mass seems more reliable. She's going to have good damage on this. This is going to do more damage than the Wolverine was because there's a base upgrade on the melee damage. But being able to, right, we wouldn't use the emergency coolant if we don't use the TSM. But it's not even for the TSM. It's for the lasers because the lasers are not controllable for us in terms of heat. It's a consistency thing, Xanadu. Like, if we're in the middle of things and we're actually heating up, it would be really exciting to be able to use the TSM. It's a huge damage boost. 50% fucking damage on top of that is insane. Like, a part of me really wants to try it, and we can refit the mask later. Right? We're not ever using this TSM otherwise, and this is the dream we've been trying to build for as long as I've been dreaming dreams in mech base. Is that dream. Now, I don't know what the fuck we do with 5 extra tons. Leave it future-proofed. It's too bad I can't add more AMS. I only have 1 slot left is the issue. Oh, I remember. No, I don't remember. It was the other guy who was going to do that. I mean, we could drop the enhanced imager for a gunnery cockpit of some sort. C3 Master doesn't fit, right? I don't know how to get space back on this mech. So I would love to run the C3 Master. I don't even know where it is right now. Probably need to pull all the shit off people first, huh? Sentinel, Warfare Suites, Mask. don't know where my fucking C3 master is. How about using clan endo? It is clan endo. I mean, I guess here we could run composite. Gives us some space back, right? Maybe we look at that. I don't know what composite compared to clan is. All right, so that's what we're looking at for that. I guess we gotta finish stripping before we can do anything else. So this guy is getting rebuilt. So those are the builds I'm looking at. He's gotta afford it. This guy goes super cheap for rebuilds because it's insane. So he's gonna keep the warfare suite and he's gonna keep the clan mask. He's gonna drop the C3 master because he doesn't have enough weight in the end. Actually, a lot of his build is already done, huh? What was I putting on instead of this? There was something. What was it? Oh, he's getting the snub-nose PPC. That's what it is. We're going to try the melee build with the snub-nose. But we can get that back here. Nothing else changes, right? Right. Okay. We'll worry about the armor in a minute when we build it. This is just because he hasn't been repaired. Don't worry about that. We're just trying to get components back. Removing components is free in time. Because there's some question of could we get the master on the grasshopper if we don't fuck with it the other way. And I'm trying to find my flak. Missile rangefinder's good. No fly zone is going to end up building as a missile boat in the back, so we don't need the imager. We do need the Artemis. Don't need the gunnery support. That's reasonable. There's the endo composite, and no fly zone ended up stripping that, right? We're calling it, yeah, we put clan endo in there. Okay. Yes, they're both going to require gunnery. But they're maxed on their skills. I actually think it was a mistake, by the way, taking piloting 9 on each of them. I wish I just stayed at piloting 8 and used the enhancers for it. No fly zone has the clan heatsink. Thanks. Okay. All right, so then building our grasshopper. So we put a 225 in there. So we get a 250 back. 225 in there. 300 in the stalker. And a 300 in the grasshopper. So the stalker is going to have to give up that core. Go be a little bit slower, which I don't like, but we can maybe figure that out later. But the 300 is going in the grasshopper. So let's get this mech fitted. This is one of our biggest costs. This is the one we just built, but we're going to rebuild real quick. And we have to just play around a little bit with that stuff to see about whether or not we can fit the, if we're going to do TSM or if we're going to do the mask. The mask seems like the most sane to me, but. Okay, engine core, XL, engine. Maybe we could do a light. I want to future-proof this mech. Eventually we're going to get upgrades for this, so I really would like to get these. How many clan XLs am I using? I'm using one here and one on the, yeah, okay, I do have enough. Good. There's so many layers to fitting this mech. It's been really painful. This refit. Your TSM found a good home on your LRM boat. I don't really want movement on my LRMs. And I want to take advantage of this melee damage. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? So anyways, we were looking at this. So we wanted, this is the wrong one. This is the, we're trying to see if maybe we could drop the TSM and get the other, the mass takes weight though, right? Okay. Clan Endo. Oh, we don't know what we're doing for this yet. So what is, okay, Endo Composite does what now? 7 fixed slots. So it takes the same as Endo Steel. It just takes less weight. So that's pretty shit too. So we get the light in. So this is going to be the AMS systems, laser AMS, good. We want the Pharaoh. We want to max that armor out. Can I drop what altogether? No, it's not normal to have frame drops. Sniper, you're watching the stream. Do you see me dropping frames? Oh, I see. Just run standard structure. We're gonna wait for that. Yeah, I guess we could. That would get it back for us, wouldn't it? Where did I never found the fucking flax shit either, did I? I know I have it. I didn't sell that shit, right? You should run the optimization guide for sure, though. On installing it. Where's my flak right now? Did we put it on this guy? We might have put it on this guy. That'd be okay. As long as it's being utilized. Okay. Yeah, man. Just Google it on the Roguetech wiki. It's on their splash page of their wiki, the optimization guide, and it did make a big difference. So I do recommend it. So tiny gyro, heavy Pharaoh, big engine again. We're going to try it with just this weight-wise. First piece of equipment to go in is the axe. Running the AMS Pirates. I kind of like the idea too because it turns her into the Hulk. They shoot missiles at us, it makes her angry, and then she smashes things with the TSM. Like, I really like that idea for a mech. You guys know what I mean? Right? Like, it's thematically great. She-Hulk? There's She-Hulks in comics all the time. I wondered about an exchanger on it, but I feel like an exchanger might be greedy. So we run heat bank. Where is it? It's movement. TSM in here? No. Supercharger. Stop! Give me the supercharger. Okay. That looks good. Then it's claws lower melee. I guess I need to make sure it all. I'm a bit concerned about like the way the stupid ordering does. There's a part of me that's really worried that if I put a bunch of components on and then pull them off, it doesn't really do that. So the other thing was, could we get the C3 Master on? I think we can't, right? C3 Master runs. No, it's just a master unit. It's just 3 tons. We might actually be able to do that if we can get the space. It'd be very nice to have that on Nobu. We got 7 tiles back from not fitting endo steel, so we might have the space. It's just a matter of, do we have the weight? That's the real question. It's looking like no right now. Unless we gave her a tiny cockpit, but we can't. We need gunnery on her. What do you do with structure? Tank it, of course. Um, I'm missing the rest of the weapon suite. Let's put that on to see. We could distribute that a little bit. So we could get some of this weight by putting it onto the summoner. Although I'm not sure this can go on an Omni chassis or not. So it looks like that, but we're over on weight. We can't get an XXL in here. Oh, we get the, I forgot, we get the thing that weighs, but that doesn't take weight off because we haven't applied it yet. We're gonna use sheathed bacon. Okay. We don't want to strip armor on this. We do have one patchwork, but it says baby patchwork. Heat bank isn't gonna get us any weight back. It's basically, can we run this C3 master? I like the endo conversion right now. This is 5. None of this shit takes less than 5, right? It's a different AMS lighter, sure, but we're not running a different AMS. That's so close. So close to being able to use that C3 master usefully. Drop the heat bank. Drop the heat bank. No. I don't think I can drop the heat bank, right? We're running 2 Pirate AMS here. Got a 290 engine, I don't. Move AMS to arms and go XXL. That's not the blocking component. The problem with XXL is actually the gyro. There's no room in the center torso for a 4 size gyro. I think we're out of weight tricks too, right? We've already stripped everything. I mean, the only thing, we have cockpit weight, but we need the gunnery skill. The only other way to get weight is slots. Heat bank 2 is only two spots. That gives us up to 6 though. 6 is not, unfortunately, 7. Maybe I can't run the C3 master. Really want to though, because no one else can run it. Can't get the, yeah, composite would be okay, but we can't get it out here. Just won't, it won't come out of that mech. There's no room on that mech for weight distribution. This is so good, so close to being perfect. So if we don't do halt smash, what do we get? If we run the mask instead, we get a mask in a really shit location, which is on a fucking arm. I don't even think I can put a mask there. It probably has to be the heat bank on the arm. And then, where's my mask? I like passed it by like 6 times already. Feels like I have. Yeah, I have. It's 5 tons over. And then we're trying to get endo in there. We can't. Yes, we can. We have exactly 7 right now. Endo does not give us 7 tons though. Still weighs too much. It's kind of dirty, Xanthalis. Sounds like a exploit to me. Oh, fuck, it's so close. It's so close, chat. Problem is if I don't run the C3 Master here, I don't think anybody else can run it. And it's a really good spot for it. I could run smaller modules. I think this doesn't have a slave. We could run a better C3 slave, I think. Or a C3 slave. Did we get the C3 slave improved? I don't think we did. So if we run this in the TSM, which I always expect it to be under engines. This doesn't have a jump jet yet either. Chat, you almost let me fit this without a jump jet. Feels bad, feels bad. Give this woman a jump jet. And then give her a TSM. Still not an engine component. Somehow. There. Oh, that's a different color. Okay. TSM next to mask. Yeah. This is no structure running bacon with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. What can we do with the weight? Oh, what happened to my gyro? I didn't pull my gyro off. Leave that alone. Leave my gyro alone. Get a ton left for a ton in one space for probably actually the one spot goes for the imager. Now we have no slots. We have weight left. Could bring the heat bank down one size. Pretty sure the heat bank plus is not available right now. Where the fuck is my heat bank plus? Because then we could get in the slave. I think I might have sold all my slaves because I was running a better slave. We're going to run into issues if the entire squadron just drops all of their fucking supportive E-war. So it's this. I don't want to rebuild it one more time, but we have to go digging for that component. Where's my heat bank? Not there. Not there. Not there. Not here. It's probably on this guy. I don't want to stop work on this guy. 5 days. Okay, we can leave it for that. No, that's fine. So this is where it is. We can strip it off this guy. Okay, so that gives us the grasshopper. I think we start that then. Yeah. Not what I wanted to do. We have to build the grasshopper in parts anyways because the grasshopper requires melee components. The melee components are fucking annoying about how they have to be installed. I don't know what we're going to do about E-War quite yet as a whole. Okay. Yeah, rounding bullshit exactly. So yo. Tiny, gyro, clan, engine. $300 engine. Pharaoh armor. Max armor. Supposedly we were running endo composite here. I think I believe in that. The weapon needs to be the axe. And I think that's it for the moment, right? headgear probably. Just we want to keep it at this number of days. Still 7 days. Still 7 days. Need an imager. Still 7 days. We need a beacon. The the 24. That's 8 days. Okay. So it's that. Rip 3.2 million. All right. Okay. I think that's our longest refit. Although the Stalker and the other one were pretty long too. So let's build the... Stalker was... Excuse me? This says 17 days on the catapult. It can't be 17 days, right? That would make no sense whatsoever. Let's fit it though. Oh, this is not. It's the Stalkers next. All right, and we can't do this with 300 core, so we have to do a very slight rebuild, but that's okay, I think. So this was weapon-wise. Okay, so this is gyro defense if we can manage it. I think we can, but we're not entirely certain because we might lose the weight from the rest of it. Gyro defense. Clan Endo. Clan Pharaoh. This needs the DHS cooling. Needs a jump jet. Let's get that in too. We need a engine core, but I don't know what engine core. It's got a 255 in there, which is too small, but we'll figure it out in a second. And it's a Clan XL, which we have one of somewhere there. Okay. So that's the big kick in the nuts for cost. And then it's weapons for days. Clan Plasma, 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 SRMs. We gotta get E-War on here. It's up to 9. It's the one that has to be worked on from now. All right. Do we need clan active or light active here? I think light active here is still okay. Not 100% on that though. This one is the one that needs the heat exchanger and the heat bank. All right. This one is the one with the headgear. Predator. And sensor tracker. This one has the arm equipment. Thanks for reminding me. Lower arm, or upper arm recoil, I think it is. What? I didn't take that off. I said upper arm recoil. Okay. Did that add days? Tell me it didn't add days. And it's ammo. It's a lot of ammo. Ammo and armor. So the problem here is the core. This is, I think, our largest core that we can run. No, we have a 280. I don't think the 280 was being used anywhere. So let's throw the 280 in for now. And let's get our ammo on. Might end up being better anyways. Thank you, Jimstick. I appreciate that. Run some plasma. And run some SRM ammo. Not sure where. Maybe on this arm. Arms are vulnerable, but this is the arm that we want to protect. We have Clan Pharaoh, so it doesn't explode. We could put it in here. Losing this torso is probably... It's not fun, but it's probably okay. We're running to run that. I think we're running to run the... And we were trying to run heat sinks. Clan Pharaoh acts as case 1, but not case 2. This was supposed to be... I'm trying to decide... So we definitely need Ewar on this. Haven't put a Guardian on this yet. Needs a Guardian on this. Need the undamaged Guardian because it's going to take long for this to repair. Yeah, I know. It's like your task list is like playing this game. You're like, God, fuck, got some refits to do today. Gonna be a busy day in the mech shop. I'm with you. So we aren't using a bigger engine. Do we have weight for a case 2? Maybe. Just kind of looking at this for the engine, making up the engine difference. We need to max this armor. And then we needed to throw in this. Actually works out really nicely, doesn't it? I'm missing heat sinks right now. We were running 2. And 2 was okay on heat or no? So we gotta do that heat calculation real quick. This is 20%. This is 90. It was 132, right? 133. 28, 38, 42. 42 and 90 is 133. Yeah, that was the calculation we're doing. So 133 times 0.75. It leaves us 99 heat generated. And we're venting 60, 69, 74 heat vented right now. So we needed another couple. So one heat sink is, oops, heat sink double. Is that. We're over a little bit of weight, but we can pull that out. And then another one in here, I guess. Probably can't afford that extra weight. So this is, can we get the C3 master in? So we were at 74. This brings it up to 80. Still generating 20 heat around. I mean, we kind of want to pulse this plasma cannon because it stacks recoil. I mean, we could also, this could be the place we run the emergency coolant system. It would be good for it. I mean, it's another 20 heat per round. We kind of want an ace pilot in this mech anyways. The downside is we wouldn't be able to run this on the Pirate AMS. I kind of like the idea of having this on the Pirate AMS because Pirate AMS is unpredictable in terms of how much heat it generates. Skip the regular SRM ammo. That's a fine compromise too. Could live that. So then it's 99 over 3 heat sinks, or 2 heat sinks for 12, 21, 26. So 86 from 99. Still okay. It's still runs hot, but it's okay. Strip a little bit of back armor. Looks like that. And then we run whatever other headgear we want in here. This looks pretty good. Actually fits perfectly with number of slots. Got the buffer arm. Yes, toggling the torso cannon allows you plenty of heat for every other round. Has a cockpit. We're not fitting an imager in here, I don't care. It's got full E-War. Where's my active probe? Shit, we forgot to fit the active probe, chat. Jet. Looks pretty good. It's perfect. Where's your active probe? Fuck. We had a HS +1 engine core. We'd be good here. So we'd probably just leave a ton and fit an HS +1 later. And what goes in here? Clan active for half. Gotta get half a ton though. And I guess we run the patchwork, since we haven't been utilizing that, and then we trim armor again. I don't really want to trim armor on this. So much back armor. That works right that, right? Okay, so this is we need a 1HS. What are they called? They're 1HS, right? Okay. That looks perfect though, or pretty perfect. Still a little bit slower than we'd like. Movement ended up as 5.8. Engine changes matter at all? Like, does the 275 do anything different from this? This is 5.8. Still 5.8. Gets us weight back. .48. So the 75 is actually perfect. Gives us 5.8 here. Gives us a little bit of weight to play with. Still can fit the +1. So this goes back into back armor. Okay. Looks good. This looks sweet for cockpit. Kind of want piloting and tactics on the... I guess they're going to be needing gunnery. I was thinking rangefinder 1 here. Don't we have 2 other rangefinder headpieces? Do we have 2 rangefinder 3s, chat? Because gunnery is important on this. It's for recoil. Yeah, I want to say we have 2 other rangefinders too. I think this is where I want to go instead. Okay. All right, that's scary. It's a big investment. 16 days is a long time. Okay. Almost done though. So what have we left floating? There's pieces floating that I'm not tracking on somewhere. So we definitely have a ++ there. Not one here. This is gonna be then the new missile boat. This one was not as expensive, but still not cheap. And that was, let's do that. Okay. This one is gonna run FF stealth. Okay, and then it runs LRMs. Not 20s, these are the 15 long fires. All right. It runs the Artemis, yes. I put a rangefinder 1 in here. I need to get that other rangefinder back. Okay, we'll figure that out later. This one definitely runs sensor missile range. Has its XL. We're gonna switch to a UL. I think we're our last UL right now. Yep, which is good. Needs to be running a coolant system, probably DHS, but it doesn't really matter, I think, since we're not utilizing anything. Where is my coolant stuff right now? My clan coolant. Clan coolant's here. All right, we wanted to bring this down to a 215 core. Okay. Need to upgrade the cockpit just for weight right now. I'll put a slick suite here, but I really want range. This one runs Guardian ECM. Has Guardian ECM there. Needs to run active probe clan. For sight. Sensor lock, looks good. We're running a clan exchanger on it. Although I'm not entirely certain if that's where we want it or not. Where's my heat? Heat's in here. Clan exchanger is here. Other than that, we need missile ammo. I don't think we put a... Oh, we haven't put the single... Oh, we got the single jump jet on. It's good. So it's just missile ammo and that's it. Let me just quick check on this. Oh, and armor. Like that or something for armor. Requires 2 externals. Yeah, it does. And we didn't have that accounted for in this build. Good call. That is a problem. A, that means it has to be a D there, and B, I don't think we have slots. We had one of the doubles in there. I just didn't see it because it was the wrong color. So it's one of our doubles. We had to run 2. And we wanted 4 pieces of ammo. We're going to get 3. No! Fuck! All right, chat. How do we deal with that? I don't think we have the weight, though. So ammo goes. Let's figure out the weight first. Then we can mess with that. We might be able to get the one bigger size of engine in. This was weapon, ammo, LRM, arties. Okay, we need at least 4 ammo. And this is the fit we are looking at. Does this have everything? So it's got headgear, it's got ECM, it's got 4 pieces of ammo, doesn't have case, isn't running endo steel, or isn't running clan case, so it really does not want to be blown the fuck up with missiles in it. Running clan endo. Its heat is how bad right now? This is 60. Generating, it vents 66 and generates how much? This is, let's call this even. So it's 3 of these at 80, and it's 15% of 80 reduced for 12 from that is 68. Going up a little bit in heat per round. So we'd love to get another heatsink on here. We have to fit one more anyways. Okay, so let's take a look. Can we get the other engine? Oh, aren't we supposed to be running the better stealth with this? So we're looking at a 225. Still fits. I already telling the 5% failing because you got to think basically. I'm doing them. It's not perfect math. This adds 5%. And the pilot skill takes out 5% basically. Still only have 2 slots left. Have to go to a 250 to fit. I think it's over with that, right? It's over by a ton if we do that. We have a ton. Have an exchanger in here. We don't have a bank. I'd love to get another heatsink in here. We actually have the weight, but not the slots right now. How do we get a slot back here? Clan XL, but it's an extra million. We don't have it. Drop a heatsink with a 250, but then we can't. With the 250, we can't afford it though, right? Like we can't afford the space anymore or the weight anymore. So we would have to drop a ton of armor to fit that. That would give us 1 extra heatsink, which is actually pretty relevant. Where do we get a ton from? Like a ton of back armor? Higher exchangers are more slot and heat efficient. No, the clan is by far the most weight efficient and most slot efficient. Well, by far the most weight efficient. Can't get ammo better. Can't really replace the long fires with anything. Guardian only gets bigger, not smaller. Same with the active probe. Baby patchwork just got applied. Can't remove upper arms. They don't weigh anything anyways. But no, you can't just remove them. It's a Clan Guardian ECM lighter. It is. Gives up 1 defense though. If we're gonna give up fucking 1 defense, might as well run the Angel, right? Because the Angel gives us this size reduction. I actually kind of should be running this with stealth anyways, especially the stealth that's reducing signature radius. Should probably be fucking this thing anyways. Now we're really overweight. Fuck. Chat, I'm ready to be done fitting. I don't want to make these decisions right now. What does stripping a ton of armor look like here? Looks hard as fuck. Can go down even further on defense on the Guardian ECM. All right, what did this do to our heat? So we ended up getting a full 60 and a single double heat sink in. So it's 6 and 6 for 12. So venting 72, generating, it was 90 something, wasn't it? We only really ended, at the end of us, we only got 1 heatsink double on. Oh, it's 80 base. Right. Okay, because this was the better one. So 80 base with 15% of that. We're coming in at like 68 or something. We're venting 66. This is pretty good. We still will heat up slowly because of movement, but it gets all the LRMs. So it's missing a case. And yeah, but that looks pretty good. Okay. We'd like to upgrade its defenses is the only thing. Okay. All right. How many more tasks? Okay, waiting on the summoner. Okay. Yeah, exactly 0. Okay, the summoner is still a slight problem here. This mecha is very squishy, unfortunately. have slots left on this. This is probably where another imager's going. Jammer is fine. Probably a little bit of headgear needs to be bounced around at some point too. All right, what other weapon systems are going on here? Clanfaro, Endosteel, Heatsink D, Omnitech Gyro. Yes, yes, yes. These are all correct. We need Pirate Lasers are already on. The Jump Jet's already on. Warfare Suite's already on. Got a mask in there. Need to add a snub nose to it. Where am I getting weight back from? I'm getting it somewhere. We have the Mark II and the Advanced. I wanted both those fit. Got the Clan Mask. We weren't trimming armor. C3 instead. Where the fuck am I getting weight from? Snubnose weighs like 6. Strip some AMS ammo. But only 2 tons of it. Was it close? Maybe it was close. Maybe it was a 5-ton weapon. And then we took 2 tons of AMS ammo off. Seems reasonable. Then we took 1 piece of 1 bit of back armor. Mm-hmm. Seemed to be about that. All right. Okay, the one that we need to have done the first is the Hulk. Are we ready to move finally, chat? I think we're fucking ready to move. Holy shit. Two hours, and I'm going to end the stream after that, but... What did I just click? I don't know what the hell I just clicked. Okay. So we're waiting on the Hulk to come out in 7 days. Pause, please. 1 day. Okay. All right, we have 7 days of travel and 9 days till our mech is ready, which is pretty good. We have a little bit of tweaking to do now on the Hulk. Specifically, we need to keep adding gear to its arms, right? So now it's boots. And we had other stuff we had to keep adding to this. It wasn't just this. I left some other stuff off so we could add it while we're doing this. What is that? It was that. Supercharger's been added. TSM has been added. We gotta add the pirate lasers. I think just add 2 days is fine. Pirate lasers jump, heat bank. Pharaoh's already on there. We already paid for it. We're going endo composite too, apparently. I don't think we were going endo composite. Okay. So that's probably okay. task-wise, we want to get that done. I need to get Bombastard going too. 5 days there, like this. Okay. It's cost me a day. It's kind of annoying. All right. Hulk again. Needs its other lasers. Days. Hence imager, we need better sensors, the beacon. Bacon 12. Okay. Nope, bacon 24. Okay. We need to get, we got the leg on, we need to get the lower arm on. Was it lower melee last? Or was it claws last? Claws add base melee. I think it's claws next, right? I'm pretty sure it's lower melee last. Like this for 3. And we need cooling, right? And cooling comes in as a C. Okay. Okay, continue. One day till destination. 3 days on repairs. 322. We're actually running pretty close on time right now. I did want to upgrade more headpieces, but the stupid fitting pattern for melee is kicking our ass right now. All right, this is supposed to now be the lower arm. All right. Oh, I wanted to look. So the other thing we've been waiting on is we've been waiting on this thing to finish because we signed off on this ages ago. This has our other rangefinder, which needs to come out. I think we're gonna throw in the imager in here. It's got our other heat bank too. Why don't we just make this a fucking heat sink? 'Cause it's running clan. It's got 3 in there, so what? We were trying to be too clever with this one. Not that we're ever trying to be clever with shit, right? And then it's whatever headgear we wanted in here. Sensor tracker, flak, those are both fine. All right, I guess we have to take a second then and look around. So Hulk is running what for sensors? We've got a beacon in there, so we are unable to change that up. So I would like to get an IFF jammer in there, and we need gunnery support. Gunnery support needs to be in here too. We haven't added that yet. So that needs to happen. And then we need the heat bank 2, and then the rest of the stuff in here, right? We can strip for free. We're stripping 100% off this guy. So let's strip for free, which is the rangefinder and the bank. Okay. The other missile was here. Needs the rangefinder. We're not gonna have time for this though. So this is rangefinder to the better D. Okay. Then it's what to Bombastard. He's got a sensor tracker. and a flak. Just needs a cockpit, and this is probably the last imager, right? It's probably an imager and a... We out of imagers? There's one on the... I have 3 of them. There's currently one on Hulk, one on the Summoner, I believe, and one on the autocannon. So yes, we're out of imagers. That's okay. So for this guy, we would need to add one of the either Slick Suite or the Initiative Cockpit, because we need to make sure those are both being utilized. They're both very good. So moving shit around, how does this look? This is probably +1 tactics seems very mediocre on this guy. So it's probably the Slick Suite. Where's my Slick Suite right now? We didn't pull it out of someone's head. We could do comm suites here, that's fine. Okay. Comm suite to Bombastard. Okay. Slick Suite on LRM Catapult. Don't think I did. But I did. That's the cockpit. Piloting and tactics. Are we redoing this one already? Yeah, we're replacing this. We're putting the rangefinder in here. But it won't let us sign off on it, will it? I hate that it takes a day. Yeah, it's got a primitive cockpit in there. Okay. So that's actually that one done. Then it's Comm Suite or Slick Suite. All right, and then what does the Summoner have left? Hulk needs another refit. Need the support pieces in here. Gunnery support, hilariously. A and B. Where's my gunnery support A? Gunnery support A is here somewhere. Not here somewhere. Game. Give me my gunnery support. It's currently in the mech still being repaired. Just put in 1 for now. Then this is the upper arm. Lower melee, rather. Sure. And what else goes on this right now? The Heat Bank 2. Which is a heat piece of equipment. This one here. And that's 69.23. Okay, we've got the boots, we've got the supercharger, it's a 300 core. We're on our gyros, we're not running this. The other one was running structural changes. We have the TSM. Was there anything else that this one was running? We got beacon, support, imaging, both lasers. Doesn't have its jump jet. The flak's already on somebody else, which is fine. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots left. It's 7 for endo composite. We were fighting with that though. Why were we fighting with that? The 1 slot was relevant. That's why we downgraded the heat bank. Could just future proof with how much? What that was that a day? It was a day to do that too. We couldn't fit the master on, if I remember correctly. I think it's just try this for a minute, right? With slight armor reduction. Like that. Were we also planning, this was 2 days, did it just go to 2 days with that change? I need this to be 1 day. But we're adding heat, so we can't. That's what I was wondering about the emergency cooling. Seems like it'd be a good thing to run on this. Annoying. 2 days. How long do we actually have? We're 1 day out of the system. 3 days from this. 2 days, 2 days, 1 day. We actually only have 1 day before we're supposed to be ready to go. And are we still missing stuff? Like our Grand Summoner, is it done? This guy is showing us flagged. Why is he showing us flagged? We're under 1/4 of a ton. So let's say we're 2 days out, because that's what it takes for the Grasshopper. 2 days on that. So we're looking, we have 6 days total, or 3 times 2. So it's 3 days, 3 days, 3 days. We have 9 days total of building. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with a 2 in there. Could just drop that in the better D for now, right? No, but he's got a primitive, we can't. So we're going to have to take 1 more day. So it's going to have to be 10 days, or 4 days rather. So then it's 4 3s is 12 instead of 9. So we get 2 from that. That's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have 12. So we have 2 more days. We could fix the rest of the head pieces. That's okay. Takes us 1 more day to do that, which kind of sucks, but I think okay. All right. So then the refit on this, because we have to make sure we don't go bankrupt now before the end of the month, which means we want to do 2 missions here. So we got to be a little bit careful with the timing, because the timing's not free here. If we're gonna do this, which we might. So headgear goes in. That's the support B. But this is 311. Okay. So support B goes in. If we're gonna do the, what was this? There was heat bank 2. Okay. Second mission of the day. Oh no, no, no. We're not on missions yet. We might get to a mission, I'm saying. Beacon's in there. We have the option of an FCS if we want. Not sure the FCS does anything. Doesn't. No FCFs that are relevant on this one. Leaving a mech under tonnage, yeah, the relevance is you have some room later to work with. So we could get a heat sink on here for 1 ton. What else are we running? We're running a heat bank and something else. There's something else that we're missing here. The jump jet, right? Let's get that jump jet on. Okay. And then we're still under here. We weren't before. I haven't put the arm on. Okay. And then if we want to run Endo Composite or Clan Endo, we can. We are able to fit Clan Endo if we want it. Gives us a fuck ton of weight back, but no space. 4 tons, 3.5 tons with 1 spot. It's actually an exchanger's weight, right? Just leave that for now and figure that out later. I think the annoying part was, though, when we tweaked this little tiny bit of weight, it went up to 2 days. That's 2 days right there. Motherfucker. I guess we could wait and just make it 1 day by leaving this off. Come back to it. Yeah. All right, that tweak, great. All right, move this all forward 1 day. 322 needs to happen. I need to get this mech out of there. That mech out of there. I need to work in this mech's head. So this is probably what needs to happen here. Okay. 3 days, 2 days. 1. Let's take a quick look at the store in case we want to spend some money. God, it's so fussy right now. We're looking for an engine core. What is it? Plasma Lance for 1.2 million. We'll stay here too because it's not the faction store. What does it do? 50 damage, 15 stability, 15 heat, 1 melee accuracy. What does it weigh? Can't see its weight. Oh, 3 and 4. Interesting. Do they have? They have HS +1, which we could build and install. Should be pretty good. Faction store has a fuck ton. It's got a chain whip. FCC Tigart. An FCS Energy ++. Compact gyro. And a bunch of garbage. Do we just buy that last component? See if we can fit it in, maybe. All right, so where are we on timings? We are 1 day away from a bunch of things. Let's move it forward 1 day. We could do it now. We haven't actually... Fuck, I didn't mean to go back to store. I was trying to go to Argo. I think if we cancel the catapult... Is the catapult the one that needs the heat? Which mech is it that currently needs that heat? The one that's being built 2 days on the Stalker. Ouch. But we're going to get 1 more day back from that, right? Because we weren't quite there. Okay. Bring this forward 2 days. Have them fight in the gym instead. Care Bear suffers an injury. Morale increased by 10. And 1 heart, 1 mind gains high spirits. Rip Care Bear. Perfect time for an injury, right when we've arrived on planet. Amazing. Speaking of arriving on planet, what's the hiring hall have? That's okay. Four, 3, 3, 3. So 7, 10, 13. I guess we should look at stats. Noble, nothing. Nothing. Reduced resolve when in combat with an officer of the company commander. Payday. Increase to panic. But pretty shit stats. Do we run that? That seems kind of not great. But maybe. a fair amount of stats to pick up. Running a pretty decent ability. We do need more pilots right about now too. It's that or something like this, and these are not good ones. How are the rest of them? Increased experience. Bonus experience for every pilot in the lance if a command pilot is present. Reduce resolve when an officer or the company commander. I think we'll try it. Let's hire this guy. This is Pen. All right. And then we finish our fitting. Go. We're in the system passing time. We should have our guys hired first so that they don't waste experience. Okay. Their list of queue for naming pilots. It's a donation thing. That's the last guy on the list for naming right now. So the list is clear right now, but there's also no unnamed pilots at the moment. All right. Continuing on the mech bay. So continue on the Argo here. It's one more day. Then we get this one back. No, we already got the one back. So we got access to this guy, old Iron Ball, which we want to change up. Running Pirate. We're going to take Gunnery Support A from him. And I think everything else is fine here. This is a pretty temporary build. We'll give it up when we can. Nothing else is changing here. Except maybe the name. Okay. Okay. That gives us headpieces for this guy when he comes out in a minute. Bastard's waiting on something that I don't recall. And excuse me is waiting on something too. Which prompt did you do? This is pretty much done. What was the star then? We had there's no repairs. This was done. Ammo's in there. It's got the imager and the standard. Do we have a second pod B? We do have a second pod B. Except I don't think I put pod B in what's his face's head. What's the sensor on this guy? Sensor's enhanced imager, that's fine. Didn't need to go into it for that. Wait, which one's enhanced? That's not a sensor. There's no sensor. Sensor tracker. This guy's also a sensor tracker. Yeah. Okay, so why do I feel like we have one more day?
Gleaming endowment.
One more day. That's why.
I would like to get on that list.
Thank you, Great Northern Moose. That is overkill for getting on the list and massively appreciated. Thank you very much for the support. Yeah. All right, so that's mostly clear. Then we've got, we're gonna finish this fucking fitting if it kills me, chat. We have one more day on the Hulk and then one more day again. So we can probably just hit forward, right? Nothing's gonna be a 2-day refit because the only one we have to do is Bomb Bastard. And the refitting we're doing for him, any of it was real fitting? It might have been. He's out of weight right now. No, the missile fit was the one. Okay, one more day. The long range missiles though, right? Okay. All right. Mech bay is clear. Hulk is not quite done. And we are one day for going because we have to finish fitting this shit, right? We needed A and B supports in here. Okay, there's A. There's B. It's got the imager. We've got a standard FCS in here, but I don't think we had a better one to put in there. It's running the sheathed beacon. It's at 99 tons. It takes 1 day for this change. That looks pretty good. The AR-12 takes 2 head slots, which we don't have. And no recoil on this. Have a heat bank. We're interested to see about this. The heat sinking is as good as it gets. Oh, we were going to install the emergency heat sinking here, which is there. Still 1 day. Looks good. Okay. Why gunnery for melee mech? The lasers. Okay, that's that guy. That's 1 day. Burn needs to be refit. Basically, the lasers explode if they don't have a high enough gunnery skill. And we're not going to be running people with particularly high gunnery in them, although kind of we will be. This guy needs the HS +1, which is a buy. Exploding lasers are cool. They permanently destroy themselves and do large internal damage to you when they blow up. So we're probably going to try to stay away from that. All right. 265k. Not exactly what I wanted to buy, but okay. All right. Down to 88k. We can't launch right now. We'll have to sell some shit. All right. All right. It's HS +1. Gets that ton taken care of. It's got a rangefinder 1, which is fine. Predator, life support. I don't think we have any, and a sensor tracker. It's all good. Cockpit's a rangefinder. Okay. All right, 1 day, and then we have one last 1 day. This guy's got his rangefinder and got his missile support. What's he running? Rangefinder. Everyone's running rangefinders. No, sensor trackers. This guy isn't running. Yes, he is. Missile range sensor. Sensor tracker. FCS standard. An IFS imager. Enhanced imaging. It's a jammer. Weatherman's running what it should be. This guy has a ton left, I think. And an unfitted cockpit. Yeah. Okay, so what did we end up with? Did we have the Slick Suite? Slick Suite's available. Piloting tactics. Yes. Okay, and then we have to, 77 bucks for that. We gotta get a heat sink in here, right? Core actually supports 4. Is this guy short on heat right now? I think he is. We can't put a heat sink because he's got a clan in anyways. We have a +4 just floating around though that we're not using. Like, oh, come on, it costs 132k to put that in. Sure it does, brah. Alright, what does this do to the bombasts? The bombasts are 93. We lost a bank, but we didn't lose an exchanger. Yeah, man, 10 minutes, brah. We could leave the 3 in there and throw in... We have a shit exchanger. Shit exchanger is still 10% though. Maybe better than +3 heat. I mean, it's more than 6, right? We have an exchanger 1. That one. That gives us 1 day, a lot cheaper. Seems pretty good. Headgear is solid. Used all of our equipment. All right, I think that's the last tweak here. All right. I think we did it, chat. I didn't think we were going to do it, but we managed it. Work order's done. All right, we sold everything to get here. We're down to 26K. We have 8 days to make 1.5 million. We pretty much have nothing left to sell except components. We refit our entire mech fleet in transit. We have 7 glorious looking mechs with 5 new fits, I think. The Better D needs to be renamed, but is redone. Not checking missions. We don't have time. I literally have to go in the next 5 minutes here. So this one is, what do you guys think? Stormcaller or Zeus for the next LRM boat? We have the Weatherman. I want to keep with the kind of thunder theme. What do you guys like more? Thundercaller or Zeus? Stormcaller? Stormcaller. All right. Okay. Katrina, Trident, Yuzuth Death? No. Alright, Lightning Rod. I like Stormcaller. Alright, and I wanted to rename slightly to reflect what type of stealth they're running. This guy is Chameleon. Could be Chameleon with Gauss, but it just doesn't... I don't think there's going to be enough. I like Mouse with Gauss because it rhymed. I just like leave that one. Alright. So that's totally new fit on the Stormcaller, totally new fit on the Bomb Bastard, who runs just regular stealth. Oops. Okay. The Weatherman didn't touch it at all, so not quite a refit here, but still fine. And they're running NSS. Wanted to keep those straight for next time. Then there's this guy who needs to be renamed. This is a totally new fit. This is our new heat mech and our new defensive guy. This guy needs to, I need to remember to park him with gyro defense. So this guy is, we need something that reflects evasion. I feel like this, what is it? It's not like a, you could have like a hit and run, but like what would it be for burning? I need something that conveys sprinty pyromaniac. Arsonist is close, but like I need something that jogs my memory that I need to try to get max movement on them every single turn. Flash fire, that's good. Okay. Firebug's not bad either. All right. And then who's got our other our defensive gyro? So this is Gyro UL, Gyro UL, Gyro Dreadnought on Bomb Bastard. Bomb Bastard. All right, so this needs a name. We need to rename this guy anyways. This guy needs to be, it needs to be clear I need to park him in trees. What do we need to park it? How do I know to park him in trees, chat? We need a new name for Bomb Bastard. Blaze Runner's good too, Matthew. I might change that. Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Yeah. I kind of like Blaze Runner more than I like Flash Fire. It's pretty similar. But like having runner in the name is pretty nice. To remind me. And I'm a Philip K. Dick fan, so. All right. This guy is, nothing has to change for him. I think Hulk is good here. So we're only using one of our dreadnoughts. So, okay, I mean, chat, I don't have time, a lot of time left remaining, but Robin Wood is even better. But I want to just talk about how fucking well this fitting ended up. Just to like show you like the amount of synergy going on. And you guys know synergy is like my kryptonite. Like, if I can choose synergy over winning, it's a really tough call. So, all right. So, for future proofing, we managed to put our smallest mech which is going to go soon, the Hunchback. We didn't spend any money on it. We just repaired it. It's good to basically go be retired the next time we get a mech. For continued future proofing, we keep the Weatherman in the back with stealth. We added another LRM boat. The boat that was running the engine XLs, which can blow up if the torsos blow up, is now safely in the back. It's also super expensive to swap an engine XL out, so that's great. Got rid of the Wolverine, which was our smallest boat, and we upgraded one of the Grasshoppers to a melee boat, which is great because the Grasshoppers are shitty because they're all energy weapons, and our energy weapon components really suck right now. So having 2 Grasshoppers kind of suck for us. Additionally, we put our big guy, Blaze Runner, which is our heaviest mech now, up to the front using Clan XL so it won't blow up, as well as the gyro defense, which is great, which is a hard to fit but useful gyro that gives us basically increased survivability at the cost of no extra weight decrease. We didn't use over our we kept, I think, 1 Clan Endosteel unaccounted for, 1 Gyro Dreadnought unaccounted for, which means the next mech we basically have 2 of the really big components for it right off the bat, as well as a Clan Pharaoh if we need it. We're using all 4 of our stealth. We have a floating mask, and we're going to maybe be able to take advantage of the TSM for the first time. We're using all of our headgear, and our weapon systems are basically the perfect set of everything. We're not using our MRMs right now, which is a little bit of a bummer, but other than our MRMs, we're using all of our fancy LRMs, all of our good heat weapons, all of our good laser weapons, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So like, I'm super psyched about the refits overall. The only things we're really missing is a little tiny bit of E-War. We went down one of our suites, one of our E-War suites, and a couple of our guys are not running quite the appropriate jammers. We're not taking advantage of autocannons right now. We have this sweet weapon mount, but basically the next mech we want to build a big autocannon mount, like something either in the heavy range, like a 75 tonner, or maybe even our first assault in that range. We're taking advantage of all of our heat exchangers, all of our heat banks, which I'm really pleased about, taking advantage of the bulk of our conversion kits, as well as almost all of our big engines. So I feel like we're utilizing our equipment really well. Whether or not we can afford to do this much refitting, I don't know, but we just future-proof the shit out of this run, because that means the next couple weeks or next couple weeks of playing, like, we have our best mechs fielded and equipped. So I think we're in a pretty good spot coming forward. I know it's a lot of mech bay today, and I knew it was going to be. And I actually spent a couple hours mech baying last night trying to figure out exactly how I wanted those fittings to go. All right, I gotta head out now. I've got D&D today. We're checking out D&D. If it goes well, the next couple weeks we may actually be streaming at. And then next time, tomorrow morning, bright and early, we got missions. If you guys want to come up and see the new mechs play out, that will be tomorrow morning. Yeah, session 0 today, guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry for the long mech bait today, but I think it was a pretty cool outcome overall. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys.